JBNN keep you informed. I'm Michelle Jones. Before we get into the news, please remember to like, subscribe, leave a comment, and share the news with someone today. Now onto the news. Murders surpassed 300, 44% drop in homicides. Jamaica's murder toll surpassed 300 homicides on the weekend. According to the latest serious crime statistics published by the Jamaica Constabulary Force, JCF, as of June 14, the murder count stood at 303. This means that 14 people were murdered over the last week, between June 7 to 14, as the murder count for the week before was 289. This also signifies that year on year, there has been a 44% decline in murders. At this point last year, some 243 more persons were murdered. The St. Andrew South Police Division leads all 19 policing jurisdictions with 42 murders. It is followed by St. Catherine South, 28, St. Catherine North, 24, St. James, 23, and Westmoreland, St. Anne, and Kingston Western with 21 each. Overall, 17 of the 19 police divisions have recorded a decline in murders year on year. Portland and St. Thomas are the only two divisions with increases in murders. Meanwhile, shootings, injured persons, and rape have declined. Robbery and break-ins, however, have recorded an increase of 3% and 21% respectively. Meanwhile, the National Security Ministry projects that if the current trends continue, the country will end the year with fewer than 800 murders, an achievement not seen in decades. Man gunned down in Above Rocks, St. Catherine. The Linstead Criminal Investigation Branch in St. Catherine is probing the shooting death of a man along a road in Barnett District in Above Rocks. The deceased has been identified as 27-year-old farmer Shonda Paul Carey, who lived in the area. No motive has been established in Carey's murder. According to reports, about 10:15 p.m. on Sunday, loud explosions were heard in the area. Carey was subsequently found lying in blood on a roadway with what appeared to be gunshot wounds. The police were summoned. According to the police, the man had a homemade firearm in his waistband. He was assisted to the Linstead Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. Worker found dead with gunshot wounds at stud farm in St. Catherine. The Portmore police in St. Catherine are investigating the death of a worker at a stud farm in Clifton, whose body was found on the compound with gunshot wounds. That is 30-year-old laborer Ronaldo Coates, a resident of Clifton. According to reports, about 7:15 Sunday morning, persons stumbled upon Coates' body at Hamstables Farm. The police were summoned, and the body was found in blood with what appeared to be gunshot wounds. It was later pronounced dead at the Spanish Town Hospital. Woman dead, 4 injured in St. Mary crash. A woman was killed and 4 others injured, including 3 minors in St. Mary early this morning when the vehicle they were traveling in crashed into a concrete column. The deceased has been identified as 30-year-old Aldi McClegon of Grandstone in the parish, who succumbed to her injuries while undergoing treatment at hospital. The driver and the children were treated and released. All 5 are related. According to reports, around 2 a.m., a Toyota Axle motor car with 5 persons aboard was traveling from the Belfield Pen area towards the community of Wilderness along the Trinity Main Road when the driver reported lost control of the vehicle, which crashed into a concrete column at the entrance of Tullows Auto Parts. 5 persons, including the driver, were aboard the vehicle at the time of the incident. All occupants sustained injuries and were assisted to the Portmore Hospital by passers-by, said Anthony Wallace, commanding officer for the St. Mary Police Division. One of the passengers succumbed to her injuries while undergoing treatment, while the others were treated and released. The police are urging motorists to exercise caution, especially at nights, and to drive within the speed limit. Stephanie Porter and boyfriend vanished without a trace. The police are ramping up their investigations into the mysterious disappearance of 33-year-old Stephanie Porter, a dental assistant from Uenden, Kingston 20, who has been missing since May 24. Days after she vanished, her boyfriend went missing on May 31, leaving family and friends even more worried and suspicious. Superintendent Randy Sweeney, commanding officer for the St. Andrew North Division, said the case has the full attention of his division. We revisited the location, and it is something that we're taking seriously. In fact, it is so serious that it is our detectives who are doing the investigation into these 2 missing persons, Sweeney said. Porter has been described as being of brown complexion, medium build, about 5 feet tall, and was last seen wearing a pink blouse and black shorts. Friends say it is completely out of character for Porter to vanish without a word, but find it even more alarming that her partner is now also unaccounted for. She's more like a homebody, said a concerned friend. When she's not at work or out with her kids or her partner, she's mostly at home. She's not the type of person to just go off on the North Coast for a week and nobody knows. Porter, who is the only daughter of her mother, has 2 children, a 9-year-old son and a teenager. It's shocking. I'm just confused. Pure confusion. Not knowing what to think or not knowing what happened to her, the friend said. Describing the missing woman as kind-hearted and well-mannered, she added, "For me, she's nice, easygoing, easy to talk to type of person. I can't remember ever seeing her angry with anybody and she's always smiling." Stephanie, known for her warmth and friendly personality, always took pride in her appearance. When she's going out, she knows to put herself together, her friend noted. Still hopeful, the friend made an emotional plea to anyone with information. "Any information is accepted at this time. Just to know that she's okay. I don't want to think otherwise," the friend pleaded. "Whether she's with a friend, I don't know. Just want to know that she's okay. Because nobody's taking it easy at this time. Everybody's just worried. We just don't know what to do. We're just trying to stay positive." When asked if Porter had shown any signs of stress in recent weeks, her friend replied, "Well, when I saw her, she was all smiles. She never seemed any way." Sweeney, meanwhile, reassured the public that the police are actively pursuing all leads. "I can say we're trying our very best." Just was freed of murder after judge upheld no-case submission. A man was positively identified by a police constable as the shooter in the execution-style killing of a man 3 years ago, has been acquitted of murder and gun charges. Tyreek Phillips, otherwise called Just Bus, of Adelaide Street in Kingston, was freed of murder and illegal possession of firearm and ammunition on Friday in the gun court after Justice Caroline Ty Powell upheld the no-case submission. Defense attorneys Paul Gentles and Dana Reed successfully dismantled the prosecution's identification evidence during his trial in the gun court. Phillips had been charged in connection with the December 2021 murder of 50-year-old Orville Squire, otherwise called Indian, of McQueenie Street in Kingston. Squire was standing along Victoria Avenue in Kingston 16 when a motorbike approached. The pillion rider disembarked and opened fire, hitting Squire in the head. He was rushed to hospital where he was pronounced dead. Following investigations, Phillips was apprehended and later positively identified by police officers as the pillion rider who carried out the shooting. However, Gentles said that the quality of the sole eyewitness's observation was seriously undermined during cross-examination by the defense. In fact, the quality and reliability of that observation were destroyed, he said. He noted that the officer wavered between observing the shooter for between 2 and 5 seconds, and that the period of observation was too brief for him to adequately identify his client, especially in circumstances where it was unknown to him before. Additionally, Gentles said the police witness description of the shooter was vague and lacked critical details. As such, the defense was able to cast serious doubt on the reliability of the identification. Thirdly, and most importantly, Gentles added, the investigation failed to establish any proper nexus between the accused and the offense. There was no concrete reason or evidentiary basis offered for his apprehension. According to him, based on the fluctuating testimony of the eyewitness, the absence of a clear investigative link, and the unreliable identification, Justice Ty Powell accepted the defense's no-case submission. The judge then handed down a formal verdict of not guilty against the defendant. JBN will keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.